everybody. Welcome to WakeUpToLife.tv with Kelsey
and Karen. Today we're going to take you beyond the secret, beyond the law of attraction. We find that a lot of people are, everyone's watching The Secret. It's a phenomena out there, which is fabulous. And a lot of people are either watching the DVD or they're reading the book, and which is great. Unfortunately, a lot of people are frustrated with the process, and so we just wanted to give you our insights on the law of attraction and to go beyond.
Nice. Well, definitely the DVD is amazing. I still watch it. There's something about it that when I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, it gets so excited. So that's what I love about it. It puts me in that space. Unfortunately, they only really cover so much of the process that allows the law of attraction to have such great success. There's other natural laws to consider, and it's definitely a process. It's a spiritual process that is at work, and yeah, it can be very frustrating if you're only doing focusing on what those 3 steps are. So we're going to just have a conversation about beyond that and what else to consider.
And I know that for a lot of us, there's different areas of our life that we want to focus on, whether it's creating relationships, healthy relationships, creating that career, transitioning in our life. And it's just really important to know, as Kelsey mentioned, that we've got to, it's a journey that we're on. And we might experience positive results or miracles the next day. And this is the universe saying, you know what? Good for you. You're on the right
board.
Exactly. And so, but we're going to, as we move into the light more within our own life, we're going to be going through the darkness. And a lot of people think that the law of attraction means that we just have to think positive. But it's a lot more than that. We need to feel what we're feeling and not avoid or suppress. That is really, it's critical.
Yeah. Well, our beliefs are the number one thing. It's at our foundation. And that is, to me, very, very, very critical. Whatever we believe is how our feelings will transpire. So if you want, let's just put it out there, let's say you want a relationship, but your belief deep down is that you're not worthy. Let's just do that one.
Yes.
No matter how much you have positive thoughts, you visualize, you got your vision board, you're out there and everything like that, if you deep down your belief is that you are unworthy, underlying, you will not get it. You may attract some people, but they will not resonate to the level at which you really truly want it because you do not think you're worthy. So that's just one example about how you can do the steps all you want to do it 100%, but if you don't have the belief in line with that, you're
going to wonder what's going on. How come the law of attraction is not working for me? But it is. It is. You'll be attracting people who are unworthy as well.
Yes. And it will then validate your own feelings of, oh, I'm not getting this because I am unworthy of it. And so we have to look within to find out, to ask ourselves, if I'm feeling a feeling that isn't in line, like they mentioned in the movie, then it's a great place to start and ask yourself, what belief do I have instilled in me that's allowing this feeling to come about? If I have fear, what am I fearful of? What is in the way? And then look within to see that belief system and see if it serves you or not, and let it go.
Thank you, Kelsey. That is so important. And it's reminding yourself that the feelings that we're having is an energy that's moving through us. And instead of suppressing it or pretending that you're okay or pretending that you're it's like we want to suppress it and we go for something external. We tend to, instead of going within, we want to go without and plug into something else. But it's in those moments, that's where true transformation occurs. Is when you say, you know what, I am going to now use my positive affirmations that I have a list of right here. And in those moments of ugliness or resistance or whatever that uncomfortable feeling is, that's where you want to now say, you know what, I am feeling the fear of being alone for the rest of my life, if it's relationships, and I'm feeling unworthy. We acknowledge that. We acknowledge our truth in that moment. That's where the shift occurs. You acknowledge, then you move through into your divinity and into your empowered self. It's like, okay, and I'm releasing my unworthy self, and I'm now moving into worth.
Yes.
I'm feeling valuable. I know I am a valuable human being. And that's where it comes. And you stay in that process, whether it takes 5 minutes or 15 minutes, stay in with that energy until you have shifted.
Yeah.
And you feel an
you
opening.
will feel the
you
shift.
Will.
You will know the shift is there.
Yes.
So don't worry about, well, how will I know? Oh, you'll know.
You will
feel a sense of like
openness.
Yeah, and energy,
Oh.
and you're like, oh, life is good now. Like you will have almost not forgotten, but forgotten where you were at. Like it's definitely a very positive feeling.
And it's an energy breakthrough. It's like there's a solid, say, ball of energy within you, and then just break through. And that's the breakthrough, internal breakthrough.
Feels good.
Yeah.
And we also have to mention too that we have our subconscious and we have our consciousness, we've got our ego, we have all that too. So you may on a conscious level go, well, no, I am worthy. So, that is just the ego going, yes, you are. Don't look within. That stuff doesn't feel good. So, your conscious mind, your ego can sometimes not support you on the journey. It's our subconscious that we have to have the breakthrough. And meditation is the key to getting to that level, to be able to break through on all the different levels.
We want to make sure that we're not lying to ourselves.
Yes. Yeah. It's easy enough to say I'm worthy, and then you go out about your day, but deep down, if you feel unworthy, that's the truth.
Yeah.
That's the truth. So it's easy enough to say, oh, I'm worthy, out of your lips, but words don't mean anything. It's our feelings that really speak volumes.
And your actions in your life dictate your level of worthiness. If you are dating men or women who don't respect you or who don't honor you, or if you're in a job that is lower than who you are, there's so many variables out there, and so it's becoming really clear on who you are. And I'm not saying that there's no job that is. I mean, it doesn't matter what you do in life. Yeah. If you work for $10 an hour or you work for $200 an hour, it's where you're at. Yeah. But it's knowing that you're shifting, you're evolving, and you're moving up, and you experience this, and now you can choose to experience something higher.
Yeah. And also just a reminder too that sometimes if you're worried that, oh no, I'm having to feel this fear and that I'm in it and I'm having to feel it, then that's what I'm going to attract. Definitely not.
No.
The universe knows what you're doing. This is a process that's part of our balance system, and so don't ever worry that, oh well, if I'm feeling sad, that more sadness is going to come into my life, because what's going to happen is that you're going to actually break through it, and you will come out of it is the opposite of it in abundance, so that it will counteract all that your fear that you had of letting it go, and just allow yourself, give yourself permission to feel your fear or feel your sadness or whatever it is you're feeling that you may not think is okay to do, and just allow that permission to do it.
That is such a good point, because it's when you're talking about, oh, if I go into my sadness, I'm just going to experience more sadness out there, and that is not what the case is. Is as soon as you acknowledge and you're in your truth about, I am so sad, I'm feeling sad right now, or I am feeling pain and anger, frustration, that's when you're breaking out of that experience, is when you acknowledge that. Yeah. So yes.
And also too, what's really more important is that if you are feeling, let's just say sad, that is your truth. And that's the key point here. Moment. In that moment, that is your truth. And when you are in your truth, you are in the light.
Yes.
Hey. Now I got shivers.
Definitely. And truth is what sets you free.
Yes.
And so that's how you rise up into higher vibrations in life, into a higher frequency, is with truth. Yes. Truth at the core of your foundation. You have that. I have an unlimited life. Unlimited.
And remember too that the more we do this work, your famous thing is that you spiral up.
Mm-hmm.
And when you spiral up, you're in higher vibration. And when you're in higher vibration, like attracts like, you will start to attract that is which at your level, which is more light, more love, more joy, more etc. etc.
People like us.
Why you're watching, because you got light. So there's no downward unless you've given up and woe is me and all that stuff. But the more you do the work, you're just on new levels every time, and the universe will always provide wonderful lessons that will allow us to practice. So that will never go away. Our life is full of change. It's like, what do they say? The only thing that's constant is change.
Mm-hmm.
So even when you're in joy, that is a transition time as well. You will transition to something else. You may have more happiness, and then you're excited, and then you're sad, and then you're happy. But the thing is, you're resonating at a higher level. You will experience even more greater joy, greater happiness, greater this, greater that. It's phenomenal.
And really, it's just allowing yourself to give yourself permission to experience more happiness, to open up to more happiness, to more joy. So when we are always expanding or contracting, expanding, contracting.
At the time.
Yes. And so just allow for the flow of life to embrace you. And don't give up. That's one thing I want to share with you today. Don't give up. Just keep practicing and go through it. It is so worth it. It's worth every moment.
And celebrate your accomplishments. That it's so important.
Celebrate.
Have a party. If it takes a lot for you to break up with someone that you know is not going to serve you or is toxic or something, that is why we have girlfriends. That's why we go out and we celebrate that, because it is a big deal. Because we've chosen. We know where our worth is. We know what it is to honor ourselves. And my gosh, we have to celebrate that, because I think that can be easily forgotten sometimes. So celebrate.
And celebrate is celebrating consciously.
Yes. Not with alcohol.
Yeah, we're not telling you to go and drown out into that superficial world again. But celebrate moderation, and
we have our goddess parties that we do.
Exactly.
Like that's where we all get together and we honor each other and we celebrate each other and where we're at.
And everybody has a potluck dinner, that you bring, and you're sharing your journey with everyone, and that's celebrate with people who honor you and support you on your journey.
Yes.
It's so powerful.
Mm-hmm. It's great.
Yes.
So we trust that has at least given you a little bit more food for thought, and so if you do find that you've maybe hit some barriers, that it's not something that you have to take on as a bad thing. This is just the process, and it's very freeing to know that that's all it is. It's just a process. So I just hope that people don't beat themselves up or anything like that.
Exactly. So we don't need to punish ourselves and we've been through it. And we're here to support you in any way that we can. So just keep moving up, spiral up, just keep going. You're doing fabulous.
Yes.
You are.
Exactly. I think it's it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Namaste.
Namaste.